Well, welcome from New York, where the shocking news is that the S&P 500 has actually failed to hit an all-time high. It was on course for an all-time record close for much of the day, but in the end it was brought down largely by Apple. The world's biggest company. It got to be bigger than $700 billion in market cap briefly in the morning, and that was actually the cue for some selling. It fell almost 2%. After that, it's still very much more than $200 billion bigger than the next company down on the list, which is ExxonMobil. Still a quite remarkable story. Now, it's interesting that the S&P failed to hit a record today because there was actually some very good news for the American economy to start the day. That's their GDP numbers, which you can see here. Actually better for the third quarter than had been thought. Plainly leaves the hypothesis that the US really is growing, that we'll see rate normalization coming up next year, leaves that hypothesis very much in place. However, the rest of the economic data we got today for the States was rather weaker. Perhaps most importantly is the numbers we're showing you here for consumer confidence. And you can see that even if the economy is now growing at something like a respectable clip, Americans still feel very much less confident about the future, very much less inclined to spend money than they did during previous economic expansions. Now, what do we have to look forward to for the rest of the week? Well, in the US, we're likely to move into a turkey-induced coma as Thanksgiving approaches. For the rest of the world, there is still a lot to do for the week ahead, particularly, of course, the OPEC meeting, which comes to a head on Thursday. But as we head into what is likely to be a few low volume days, Americans do have something very clearly to be thankful for, and that is that their economy is growing at a respectable clip.